um, let's begin with phone silencing. The ritual phone silencing. Please check and make sure your phone is silenced. It would be a real shame if we had to kick you out of here for having a loud phone. We won't really do that. Thank you, Sam. So what are we going to do? We're going to do an hour-long guided meditation. As always, the guided meditation instructions are invitations, which you can, accept or refuse. You can do your own wonderful silent meditation of anything you want, as long as you don't mind that I'm talking through it. So feel free to do some of the guided meditation, parts of the guided meditation, all of the guided meditation, or none of the guided meditation, as long as you stay silent and motionless. Other than that, we will, after that, I will give some kind of absolutely life-changing, erudite, brilliant, inspiring, world-changing and unforgettable talk on something. I can't remember the other ones. And then after that, we'll open up the floor and see if you all have anything you'd like to share or ask or talk about. We're having a backjack emergency, and so then there'll be Q&A or reports or whatever, and then lastly we'll do some silent meditation at the very, very end. Okay, so that's the usual program. Let's begin with some movement. We're going to do the not the usual, but we're going to stand up here. Remember, do whatever movement you want. Don't do whatever movement you don't want. These are just suggestions. Your body is your body. Let's start out, though, doing hula hoop movements. Whoa, and falling over while you do it. Just to get your hips kind of a little bit happy, especially for sitting on a cushion for an hour. I like doing them kind of leaning over sometimes, or leaning back. Helps to change directions, helps to change the kind of motion. Sometimes arms akimbo helps, but whatever. The idea is to get our spines also partaking of some, suppleness, some vitality, then do spine snake motions this way if you can. I was lifting weights yesterday, so my snake is a little broken. And then let's do this thing, where your arms become like two ropes, and you're just kind of slapping yourself with the ropes. This is unaccountably very nice to do. I always love doing this. Okay, and then from there, keeping yourself relaxed, open, loose, feeling good. Do some big inhales and then holding it. The best part about this is it shows off my hairy belly to the internet. That's what gets me all the views. Yeah. Anyway, keep breathing while you're up here. That's why we usually do it sitting down. And then go to the side. Keep breathing. Getting space in your rib cage. Your poor ribs have to live in a cage all the time. We want to open that up as much as possible. And then, again, only doing what works for your body, but I'm going to do the old yield all the way back like this to open up this way. Oh, but just for a minute. Hear the groans of ecstasy as everyone discovers their thigh muscles. Yes. Yeah, that felt good, didn't it? Okay. Then mounting your cushion, sitting like on a throne. Let's do this motion again, but now, sort of the hula hoop motion again, but now from a seated position. And the idea here, we're not exercising, we're not trying to stretch our muscles till they rip or something. We're just feeling loose, feeling open, feeling relaxed. You can kind of thrash around if you want. Shoulders moving around, everything. Having your spine be nice and relaxed and loose and supple and open is really key. Your spine is like made of water. Okay. Now, as usual, just kind of sway a little bit. You can go in circles, you can go the way I'm doing, you can go back and forth, but just kind of sway a little bit, and eventually bring yourself into a kind of position or state where you can't tell if you're moving or not. Right? Your spine, hear all the releases happening? A lot of release going on. So just move a little bit, keep yourself moving and make it smaller and smaller until you basically can't tell if you're moving or not. That's what we want, is nice, relaxed, loose, open, supple, free spine, not like a rigidly locked erector set, but rather like a bamboo shoot, right? Really, really green and fresh. From here, let's do just a little bit of pranayama. We're going to do one we haven't done in here before, which will just be quote unquote box breathing. The whole idea is, some like count that you match on all four parts of your breath. So for example, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. Like that, it's a 4-part breath. You get to decide how long those are. It could be inhale 2, hold 2, exhale 2, hold 2, right? But we're doing 4 parts. Everyone get it? Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Each one of those equal length, but you get to decide what length it is. So let's do this together for a few minutes and just kind of settle into the end of the world here. Just make sure you end at the end of an out breath. Don't just stop in the middle. And what I invite you to do next is just kind of set your thinking mind aside. You can just let it do its thing. It can think as much as it wants, but we're just not going to engage with any of that. And we're going to do the same mantra we did last week, the version we did at the end, which is the classic version. Yep. I'll teach it to you again, so just repeat it. Today is the first day, by the way, of Navratri, Chaitra Navratri, the 9 days of the goddess, or 9 nights really of the goddess. And the goddess in question is Chandi, Chamunda, and so her mantra is the following: Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. So Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. 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 Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye 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 Viche. Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim 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 Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aim 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 Hreem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. So again, just allowing your thinking mind to do its own thing off on the side. You're not trying to control it, change it, deny it, suppress it, stop it, or do any such thing. It gets to do whatever it wants, but you don't have to pay attention to it. We're just going to let it do its thing off on the side, and instead we're going to just rest like a mountain. Okay, just still, balanced, wide open, and actually kind of, we might say, noble. There's a certain nobility in sitting. So we're resting as a mountain, the mind set aside. In simple presence, obviously we're not imagining being a mountain. We're just finding that stillness, finding that stability, and a certain kind of uprightness and nobility. Wide awake, wide open, outside of engagement with any thought. And as we're sitting like this, together, in simple open presence, just notice the coming and going of the breath. Not focusing on it or drilling down or somehow grabbing onto it in any way. It's just like the mountain feels the wind as the wind comes and goes. That's all. Very, very simple. Let's do this together for a while here. When we disengage from our obsession with focusing on thinking, that's enough. Then what's left is just simple, natural, easy presence. There's really no technique there except to stay awake. And if you find yourself grabbing on to a thought, you can feel your kind of mind. There's a somatic sensation of constricting around a thought, starting to grab onto it, starting to engage, starting to just relax again and let it go. It gets to do whatever it wants, but you don't have to deal with it. Come back to absolutely basic, natural presence. Simply aware of the coming and going of the breath. If you're used to finding stability and attention, we're doing something different here, right? We're barely using attention. Instead, we're finding stability in this open presence. Just using a tiny bit of attention to notice the coming and going of the breath wave or the wind of breathing. But it's very, very slight. Instead, the real stability, the real firmness of the meditation is in awakeness itself. Just the presence in awakeness. Okay, good. Now, of course, feel free to continue doing that. But if you'd like to come on the next part of this journey, we'll do the Universal Mandala together. So let's begin that by opening up to the earth energy below us, which in this case is a kind of vast, groundless ground, the stability of the groundlessness below us. And just open up to that deeply and breathe it in. Feel both the power and energy of the actual physical earth, but also the immensely greater power of the void. And just breathe that up into the entire body. And allowing your body just to dissolve down into it, letting go completely of anything we're holding on to. Allowing ourselves to be devoured by the fecund darkness of the Absolute. Perfect stillness of timelessness, of boundarylessness, of openness. Very good. Now, from this place of spaciousness, openness, emptiness, awakeness, rise back up and picture, in whatever way works for you, in front of you the wisest teacher. That can be the Buddha or, a guru of some kind, or any spiritual figure, or all of them. But picture the wisdom present there and actually feel them sitting directly in front of you, looking at you. And they see through all your bullshit and all your pretenses and all your lies and all your ignorance. Actually seeing you exactly as you are, which is as nothing other than primordially perfect and pure awake awareness itself. And so just feel that being right in front of you. See them looking in a deeply compassionate and yet at the same time fearless way, all the way into the core of your being. And feel that wisdom and that clarity and that acceptance flowing into you. This wisdom being, these spiritual masters have perfectly enlightened minds, and as they sit together with you, your mind becomes like theirs. Wide awake, wide open, perfectly clear. Unafraid. Good. Now, allowing that being to remain there. Picture on your right side a being of total protection. It can be the same one or a completely different being, or maybe several beings. Sometimes people are like, Michael, isn't that kind of dualistic? What do we need protection from? Well, many things in the relative world. But on the non-dual level, we're protecting ourselves from our own delusion, our own ignorance of our true nature. So just picture a being of intensity, a being of sharpness and power, who is there only to protect you. Sitting at your right side, looking at you, feel their actual presence, and feel the ferocity and the fieriness and the almost ecstatic quality of that protectiveness. Dispelling all delusion, dispelling all ignorance, dispelling our benighted lack of seeing our own true being, which, just like their true being, is nothing other than perfect awakeness and love. Who or what protects you? Feel their presence. If you're lost and have no idea, then just feel the warm, sharp, intense light of protection. Again, feeling the absolute awakeness of their mind pouring into your mind and rendering it clear, bright, wide awake, fearless, profound. Stay with it. Don't drift away. Feel that ultra fierce, penetrating awakeness just radiating through you and from you. That's the meaning of Vajra, right? Vajra is actually a weapon. It's intense. It's indestructible. Good. Now with the wisdom being in front and the protection being on your right, now feel behind you the presence of enlightened ancestors. Most of us, when we hear the word ancestors, think like great-grandpa or something, and they certainly weren't enlightened, but I'm talking about ancestors. Back into the distant past, 10,000 years, 50,000 years, previous to any current culture or any current understanding. Far enough back, all of us are related and all of us have enlightened ancestors. And yet they're still our ancestors. They love us and guide us and care about us. And the energy of their life is still moving in the energy of our life. So feel that kindness and more down-to-earth caring and connection of these many enlightened ancestors who are sitting right with you right now and who live through you and with you right now. As enlightened as they are, as in a way distant as they are, they're still kind of grandpas and grandmas who just really deeply care about us. Want the best for us, care about the actual details of our daily life. They hold us and we hug them and feel their encouragement and support, and also again that bright light of awakening, of liberation, of true wisdom, the true wisdom of knowing what you really are. Good. Now continuing to feel the wisdom teachers in front and the protectors on the right and the enlightened ancestors behind. Now on your left, feel the presence of unconditional love and kindness. Again, maybe it's the same beings, maybe it's different ones, it's up to you, but feel that being or those beings sitting right there on your left, gazing upon you and beaming infinite, true, real, deep love that wishes you only the best, brings you only kindness and support and caring. And loves you to your very core. And really feel that presence. It's not just an idea, it's a feeling. And let that love crack open the shell around your heart. And feel the flower of your heart opening. Feel them right there, right with you, together with all the other beings. Don't distract. Don't get lost in thought. Come back to the presence of just pure love, pure kindness, pure caring. Feel that it's given to you. It's not something you have to earn. It's not something you have to be good at. It's just being freely given directly to you. just feel your mind becoming like their mind. Again, wide awake, wide open, clear, bright, spacious, empty, and yet also filled with love. Filled with love. Good. Now in front, the wisdom teachers. On the right, the protectors. In back, the enlightened ancestors. On the left, the loving presence. Below us is the earth energy, the groundlessness of the void. And then we go up, 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 out the top of the head to the vastness of the universe where all the light pours in. This is the light of infinite awakening, the light of total liberation, the light of awakeness itself. Bright, clear, ceaseless, the energy of pure liberation itself. Pouring back down into us, filling us with this tremendous universal light, the light of all the suns, of all the stars. Of countless galaxies. That not only fills our bodies, but it fills all of space everywhere. Bringing even more clarity, even more wisdom, even more love, even more presence, even more connectedness, even more spontaneity, even more joy, even more childlike wonder. Good. Now breathing into this infinite void of the groundless ground beneath. Tremendous energy there, and then up the central channel, out the top of the head, into the infinite universe, spreading everywhere. And then breathing back into the groundless ground. Breathing out as it comes up and back out, spreading out in all directions, everywhere. And now let's come back to our Chamunda Mantra. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim Hrim 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 Klim Vichye. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim 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 Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Om Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichye. Now allowing all that energy and all that visualization and everything to just vanish into space, simply resting in our own simple, natural, easy presence. Just rest. Just rest in the awakeness and openness that you always already are. Okay. Let's end that there for the moment. Feel free to notice that the wide awake, wide open, clear, bright, loving presence doesn't actually go away when the meditation ends. It's still there, like it always has been and always will be. It's not something we're conjuring or imagining. It's just something that we tune into. Now, as I mentioned, in some traditions, this is the beginning, the first night of 9 nights of celebration of the goddess. So it's called Navratri, which is simply Nava is 9, Ratri is nights. So the 9 nights celebration. But it comes from a story of the goddess Chamunda, or as we might say, Chandi. And it's one of these kind of stories where there's a demon going crazy, wrecking everything, wrecking the earth. The demon in this case is the buffalo demon, Mahesasura. And nobody can stop him. None of the gods can stop him. They try everything. He's too intense, too powerful. Wreaking havoc, madly destroying the world for no reason. Unstoppable, blind, stupid, evil. We don't run into this sort of thing anymore. But in any case, there he is. Nobody can stop him. So the gods at a certain point give up. And they call upon the goddess, Chandi, to take care of him. And in this version of the story, Chandi rides a tiger and has a zillion arms, all of which carry weapons. And, of course, she basically kicks his ass and kills him and restores the universe to harmony. And we could say, well, what does that have to do with us? But of course, like I said, there are many things in our everyday world that are very much out of balance, that we need to restore into balance, and things we need protecting from, and things that are crazy, blind, stupid, evil, that need, fixing. And so that is part of it. But another part of it is that this buffalo demon is, the part of us that doesn't see who we really are. And so causes all kinds of problems simply by not recognizing our own divinity, not recognizing our own awakeness, not recognizing our own spaciousness, not recognizing our own lovingness, and instead acting out of all our separateness and trauma and hate and rage and fear. And in the main scripture about this event, the Devi Mahatmya, or we could call it the Chandipat, this is the first place in any text where we encounter the goddess Kali, because she actually comes out of Chandi and as an even fiercer form. And if you recall, Kali has lots of severed heads as a necklace. A big necklace of bloody severed heads. And there's many interpretations, but really those are just all our mistaken ideas, all our ignorance, all our blindness, all our blaming others, all our dislike of ourselves, all our false ideas, all our egoic misperceptions and grasping and foolishness. Just one by one, whoo, whoo, in an act of infinite kindness and love and wisdom. Those are just chopped off, gone. And little by little we're restored to what we really are. Again, clear, wise, bright, loving awakeness. Spontaneous, joyous, playful. And in one way, it's a violent image. But in another way, as I say, it's kind of a beautiful image of just total clarity. Whew. Not kidding around. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. But it's not wake up to some new thing. It's waking up to what has always been there, what you actually are, what, not something we have to imagine or something we have to invent or something we have to earn or something we have to cultivate or anything like that. You're waking up to your actual nature. And that actual nature, the only trouble is it is lost in a kind of unconsciousness, right? There's a layer of unconsciousness. But because we ourselves are already deeply, primordially, forever wide awake, even that level of unconsciousness has no permanent bearing. We have the ace up our sleeves, right? We really are always wide awake in there, if we're willing to just recognize it. The distance between here and our own total enlightenment, our own total liberation, which is the liberation of the universe, is 0 meters. Feel that. It's not a metaphor. So I promised you Q&A now, and normally we have Q&A, but you know what? We're going to skip the Q&A. We're just going to go right back into sitting. Okay, so if you don't feel like sitting quietly for the next 12 minutes, feel free to take off. But for those who want to just rest in this energy, rest in this presence, rest in this awakeness, we're going to do that quietly for a little while here. But if you're going to go, do it now, please. Okay. Let's end that there. Thanks for joining me here tonight for Deconstructing Yourself. Feel free to come back next week. And also know that next week, next Thursday, starts an online retreat I'm doing in the morning. So we'll, do online retreat all morning, all afternoon, and then I'll, again, just have a regular old Deconstructing Yourself here on Thursday night, but that's part of the online retreat. And then the retreat goes on all Friday and all Saturday and half day Sunday. And so if you're interested in that, you can go to deconstructingyourself.org and sign up. And, if you're into residential retreats, we'll be doing one at Mount Madonna. Certainly my favorite retreat center, starting May 24th and going for 8 days all the way to May 31st. Again, you can find that at deconstructingyourself.org. I'm super excited about that. And I just got them to add a bunch of new housing options and so on. So feel free to go there and sign up for that. Other than that, feel free to hang out here. I think this is the last night we have tea. Maybe there's tea still going on in the other room. I think so. And partake of that. It's really fun. And feel free to hang out there around the tea area or just in the foyer talking to your Sangha members, your community, the other folks who understand the totally weird shit you're into and who like talking about it. This is your chance. So that's it. Please feel free to help put the cushions away neatly. And again, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.